My sister and I were close growing up but started drifting when I went to uni. When my boyfriend isn't there and I talk to her, she becomes kinda cold and sometimes says rude things. Once she told me to my face that I'm not good enough for him and that he deserves better, which made me cry for a couple days. He also gets her gifts for the most random achievements, like he got her a present for making it through the week even though she doesn't do anything. She isn't currently working or trying to pursue a hobby or interest, she's just taking it easy, her own words. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad my boyfriend and my sister are friends, but my major problem is that my boyfriend tells her everything. Literally everything. He tells her things he doesn't tell me, and talks to her about me and our relationship. She knows all our issues and good parts, to a level of detail that I wouldn't even tell my closest friends or parents. She even knows the grades I got on my midterm/finals and what I think about my manager, which I feel is unnecessary for her to know since I didn't tell her myself. I asked him to step back a bit and stop telling her things about me and our relationship, but he was shocked and told me that I'm a jerk for even requesting it. Now I feel guilty, so am I the a-hole? Update 1. The consensus is that there is something shady going on with my boyfriend and my sister, which just makes me want to vomit. I'm now reading into every interaction and conversation and I feel so naive for not noticing the red flags. I'm going to take your guys' suggestions and set up some nanny cams in my apartment. Either way, it'll be good security. If nothing happens, then it'll be reassuring, and if something does happen, well, I'll deal with that afterward. Update 2. I have an update. Unfortunately, it's a bad one, but I didn't have to wait very long to get it. I set up the cams in hidden spots in our bedroom and living room area in our apartment. Today happens to be my birthday and Denise, my close friend, wanted to take me for a day trip yesterday. My boyfriend agreed and said that we'd do something the next day, on my birthday. I told him I'd be out from about 8 a.m. and I'd be home by 8 or 9 p.m., after Denise and I finished dinner. Denise took me out, but she noticed I was feeling a bit off. I was still thinking about the overwhelming number of responses telling me that something shady was going on. I ended up spilling everything while we were eating lunch. Denise was outraged on my behalf and agreed that something was off. She asked if I wanted to cut our day short and drop back home to see if anything was happening, and convinced me by saying that it's better to find out today than tomorrow. We drove back home around 4 p.m. I caught them literally in the act. Why were they doing it at 4 p.m? I don't even know. I just kind of stood there with my arms folded and I hoped with a badass resting B-word face on, although maybe it was more a trying not to cry face. My boyfriend gave me a whole "it was an accident" spiel. I just ignored him and started packing my things. Thank God our lease was up for renewal within the month. He begged me and eventually yelled at me for packing up. The funny thing is, I bought most of the furniture and supplies. So, me being slightly petty, packed as much as I could. Denise helped me and we loaded everything up in her car. We left some stuff that couldn't fit, but I'll go back for that later. The whole time, my sister was sitting stoically wrapped in a robe on my couch, my poor couch. We went back to Denise's house and I had a breakdown. Denise, the angel that she is, provided me with ice cream and fuzzy blankets. My boyfriend spammed me with calls and texts, ranging from "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, it was only one time" to "this wasn't my fault, you should have been home more," predictable. We decided to check the recordings, and lo and behold, it was definitely not just once. I am really sad that the sister who used to bake cupcakes and do karaoke with me could betray me this badly. My boyfriend, well, he was my first, and in hindsight, he didn't really contribute much anyways. I spent yesterday kind of rotating through being devastated, angry, and self-righteous, but today Denise pampered me all day so it wasn't so bad.